Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're so glad that you took time out of your busy schedule to join us for the Pender County Board of Education first meeting of the new year. And so at this time, we are going to call the meeting to order. And I will ask that we, well, I just lost my place. I will ask this time if we go ahead and tell me what's, because I can't find it right now. Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, so we determined a quorum. You see that. I apologize. And now we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm going to ask Mr. George to lead us in that, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we have tonight, if you'll remain standing, we have tonight Reverend Dr. Jimmy Tate, the president and founder of Mount Calvary University, is going to come up and do our prayer. Dr. Tate.
Excuse me. Don't blame the county for that, please. And I'm going to pray that God give all of our teachers and our great staff a great supplement so this board can convince you all to do that this year. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. God, we thank you for our leadership here at our school system, from the administrative level to our faculty and to all of the various folks who work every day to labor on behalf of the kids of this county. God, we ask that you bless the parents. We ask that you bless the administration and give them a safe year, God. Help our school board members, God, endow them with the wisdom and strength that they need to do this job. It is in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Mr. Tate's one of our county commissioners, so I just want to make sure that he knew they're responsible for the funding of a lot of our money. So I just want to make sure that you parents can talk to him, let him know what we need. Thank you, Dr. Tate, for coming. This time, if we can have approval of the agenda, can I have a motion on that?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the agenda. Second.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. This time we'll have our recognition.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. At this time, I come before you with what I consider one of the most important parts of our board meetings. We're very privileged to work in such an esteemed school district and are surrounded by very talented and hardworking individuals. At this time, the first recognition will be presented by Ms. Melanie McCready, Pender County Schools Director of Exceptional Children's Program.
Bailey Graham. Bailey was nominated for Pender County's Educator of Excellence for our annual EC conference in Greensboro, and that was in November. So we're celebrating her twice. We celebrated her once in November and also tonight. She was nominated by our EC leadership team, and some of those members of the leadership team shared some of these comments about Bailey. Bailey is among the best extended content teacher Pender County has ever seen. Her focus in the classroom is to provide her students with the most well-rounded education possible. She knows her students very well and focuses on their strengths while growing their areas of need. She meets each student at his or her level and makes sure every student is able to actively participate in their education. Bailey is extremely flexible and is committed to ensuring that all of her students are learning. She holds high expectations of her students, and she supports them all to reach those goals. She's showing students themselves, as well as the larger community, the capabilities of exceptional children. She's changing the inclusion culture at her school with unified clubs and an angel store. Bailey, a sincere thank you for all you have done for the students of Pender County Schools.
Ms. Graham, if you could, please, we'd like to have a picture of the board.
And tell us what school that you're at.
Tidy Track.
Ivy Trace. Give her another. Is there other recognitions tonight?
Yes, sir. There are a total of 4 individual recognitions, and then we
Wonderful.
will have a rather large recognition afterwards. The second recognition will be presented by Principal of North Topsail Elementary School, Miss Jill Robertson.
Good evening. I'm here with Miss April Kinlaw. She is our amazing math teacher at North Topsail, and she was selected as the recipient of the Outstanding Mathematics Teacher Award for North Carolina. She was selected for this award based upon her excellence in math instruction and was recognized by NCDPI and the North Carolina Council for Teachers of Mathematics at their annual conference in November. And just a little bit about Ms. Kinlaw. She's actually a product of Pender County Schools. She completed her internship at North Topsail, and she has taught at North Topsail for 17 years, so she is certainly an institution here. And one of my favorite things about Ms. Kinlaw is that whenever there's a problem, she never comes to me unless she has a solution. She's very solution-oriented, and I certainly appreciate that, as do our staff and students. So I just want to wish congratulations to Ms. Kinlaw.
Need about 5 more?
Our third recognition will be presented by Principal of Rocky Point Elementary School, Miss April Perkins.
Good evening, everybody. I have with me Miss Jessica Barnett. She was recently named the 2022 North Carolina Millikan Educator State Teacher of the Year. She's Pender County's first ever Millikan Educator Award recipient. And a little bit about the Millikan Educator Awards. They're sourced through a confidential selection process with the criteria of exhibiting exceptional educational talent, exemplary educational accomplishments and leadership beyond the classroom, contributions to education that are largely unheralded, yet unworthy or yet worthy of spotlight, sorry, the opposite of that. Strong, long-range potential for professional and policy leadership, and engaging and inspiring presence that motivates and impacts students, colleagues, and the community. So a little about Jessica. In the midst of teaching a kindergarten and first grade combination class last year, and at times being without an assistant, she supported 3 other classrooms that had teachers in and out throughout the year, planning lesson plans, differentiated instruction for those students, fulfilling leadership roles within the school, the kindergarten grade chair, as well as a member of our data team, and also helped at the district level with the kindergarten through 2nd grade report cards. She is a Rocky Point beginner, so to speak, in her educational career. She did her internship at Rocky Point, left us for a short stint, and then we got her back. And she has been with us 7 years, and we're very thankful to have her at Rocky Point.
Wonderful.
You share her award. A big check.
The big check.
Yes.
Money.
Yeah.
$25,000.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Very proud.
Our next presentation will be provided by Mr. Bobby Simmons, principal at Cape Fear Middle School.
Good evening, everybody. I have with me Ms. Kabira Falali. She is our ESL department. She teaches our ML students at Cape Fear Middle. She started off split between us and Heidi Trask, and now she's with us full-time. I had our staff send some words of how they would describe Ms. Falali, and the same words kept resonating, which was passionate, kind, soft-spoken, team player, and a true advocate for her students. Some work that Ms. Falali's done for us, she helped redesign our learning labs for our ML students. She pushes into the classroom, and it's had a great impact of what we're seeing happen at Cape Fear Middle. You know, our students are greatly benefiting. She brings incredible experience. She understands the struggles our students are going through in learning the English language. So she brings some experience with that and helping our students persevere and work through that. And also, what's interesting is during our enrichment time, she teaches a group of students how to speak and learn the French language. So that's a pretty cool thing for our students. But she's been nominated for, she's a finalist for our beginning teacher of the year for the state of North Carolina. So,
They're done.
Okay, our final presentations this evening will be made by Ms. Miranda Wells. She is the Spot Festival liaison for the schools. At this time, Ms. Miranda Wells from Topsail High School, please come forward.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of, it's a pleasure to be here tonight on behalf of Pender County Schools as one of your teachers, but also the school liaison for the Spot Festival. I'm going to take a pause and introduce Keith Ramsey to you, who is the Spot Festival Board Chair, and then at the end of him introducing the members of the Spot Festival Board, then we will present checks to the individual principals on behalf of the Spot Festival. So I'll turn it over to Mr. Keith Ramsey.
I just want to say thank you for allowing the schools, the Eastside schools, to participate in our festival. We couldn't do it without them. And this year was an awesome year for us. We did really well, and this check will go to show how well we did. As part of the board here, I've got Kelly Jelly, Shannon Rinko, Matt Sellers, and Tim Falk, and obviously Miss Miranda Wells. But who do we present this to?
Just to the board.
Okay, we're gonna present the big check for $20,000 from the North Carolina Spot Festival to Pender County Eastside School.
Mr. Ramsey and I are going to present checks to the principals who are here. The $20,000 breaks down by the North Topsail Elementary is awarded $785.69. If we have a representative from that school to come up. Next is North Topsail the South Topsail Elementary for $577.60. Do I have a rep or a principal from South Topsail? That's okay.
I thought you would say north.
That's okay. I may have stumbled. Surf City Elementary School, $935.43.
Okay, you're Surf City. Thank you.
I tell you what, I will announce them and we'll sort out the checks at the end. How about that? Surf City Middle School, $912.10. Topsail Elementary School, $659.28. Topsail Middle School, $2,357.06. Topsail High School's general fund, $370,340. And then there's a combination of the remainder that goes to organizations within Topsail High School. Topsail High School's general fund was the amount that I mentioned, but we have the National Technical Honor Society at the high school, which will receive $552.31. DECA, $2,207.31. POSA, $9,830.81. The National Honor Society at the high school, $410.35. Women's basketball, $398.68. And all of those will be awarded to those organizations. On behalf of the Pender County Schools being a part of that, we thank you because it is wonderful to be the recipient of an organization within the community that recognizes our students' hard work. And from the Spot Festival Board, whenever we put out the plea for help, the principals that I've had the pleasure of working with for the last several years, thank you for always coming to my rescue.
Get you guys to come up closer like you like each other. The big check.
I do want to introduce Mr. Smith. Can I stop real quick?
Yes.
Because we have something for them as well.
Okay, wonderful.
All right.
Topsail Middleton. And North Topsail.
All right, and on behalf of Pender County Schools and our Board of Education, I do want to recognize you all as well. I mean, this is a great day for our county. This is a great day for our schools. Certainly, that's a lot of money, and we're very proud to be a partner with you in the Spot Festival. So on behalf of our school system, I'd like to present you with this recognition and say thank you very much for your efforts as well.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am. There you go. We want to come all around? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
The Pender County Board of Education welcomes comments from parents, students, and our community. The public comment period is open for members of the public, including parents and students, to voice compliments, complaints, concerns about the performance of school personnel, implication of board policy, the quality of educational programs that we offer, or even our school facilities. Each person that comes forward, and we have 3, I believe, tonight who have signed up, have 3 minutes for their presentation. This portion of the meeting is for the board to simply hear your matter of interest from the public. However, if there's any vulgar, obscene, profanity, any kind of statement like that, that we feel like is being disruptive or threatening to the order of operations of this meeting, we will ask you at that time to please to cease your comments. So basically, let's just keep this Pender County clean, okay? I think everyone understands that. All right, so we are honored and we are glad when people come. So at this time, we have Ms. Smith, Georgia Smith has come to sign up for public comment. Are you here? Okay, and there should be a 3-minute counter.
I have it on my phone.
Okay. There'll be you can use all the 3 minutes, or you don't have to use it, but he'll have on his phone since it's not on the screen when it goes off, okay? All right, but if you're in like a mid, I'm not going to cut you off, but go ahead.
Appreciate you. I'm sure you all remember me from the last time. Signed up this time, did things right. But I wanted to bring to everybody's attention the issue of the gun brought on campus of Pila's campus. I understand I have a child that goes to Cape Fear Elementary, and I first want to start off this by saying I have no issues with my son's school. I think Dr. Oates and the teachers there do an amazing job. So this is why I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. When the gun was brought on Pila's campus, the first initial response that I got when being brought up, Ms. Burns says, well, it didn't happen at Cape Fear Elementary. That response concerns me, considering that it literally just happened in the back, in the backyard. This would be like you calling the police for help and saying that someone's attacking you in your home, and then saying, oh, we can't, well, technically we can't help you because it happened in your backyard, not in your house. As far as I'm concerned, it did happen at my son's school. After that, the lack of transparency on the issue bothered me. Everybody at first came to me and was like, well, we can't tell you what happened to this student. That's not what my concern is. I don't want to know who the student was, don't want to know gender, sex, any, race, anything. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that it was never brought up again to the parents. When Cape Fear Elementary School got a low-performing test grade from the state, they were required to send home a flyer, a letter to every parent outlining, this is what's happened at our school. We wanted you to know about it firsthand, and here are the steps that we're taking to bring up that test grade. I love that. I thought that was fantastic. Me and my husband both appreciated the transparency on the issue. Even though we didn't blame Cape Fear Elementary for the low test scores, we understood that the last 2 years have been teaching at home and students haven't been in the classroom. So we understood that, but we appreciated them taking the initiative to say, hey, these are the steps that we're doing to bring it up. I feel like the same level of concern should have been brought up with the gun on campus. Listen, this happened, you all got the phone call. Here's what we're doing to, I don't know, are there any steps you can do to prevent it? If not, I get that, but if these are the things that we're doing to prevent it from happening, and in the event that it does happen again, here's how we handle the situation. If there ever is an active shooter situation on campus, this is what these procedures look like. I wanted to make sure that our kids are safe when we go to school, and the fact that it was never brought up again to parents just really, really bothered me, and I felt like Pender County Schools fell short on the mark when it came to that issue. I felt like we could do better. I've spoke to a lot of parents who feel the exact same way. It was just never brought up again. We'd like to know that when we send our kids to school that there's a plan in place. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you so much. All right, our second person signed up is Ms. Patricia Kulik.
Hi, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening, Patricia Kolich. I here have in front of me a grievance I'm submitting to you this evening. This is about 40 books worth of different harmful materials, pornography. It's a small amount listed because there's so much research within the books. So take your time reading this. Like I said, it's a small amount, but it's a sufficient amount to let you know exactly what's going on in our school libraries. 40 books. Took me months to research, so I felt secure and confident coming up here to let you know what's in our schools. We have compiled a grievance that Mike Korn will be handing you this evening. That grievance goes over the state laws that it's illegal for this pornography and certain harmful materials be put in front of children of certain ages. Our school is filled with harmful materials just as well as pornography. You can put it in front of our children. Yes, you, sir, the new superintendent. But if anyone here dare do that, we'd go to jail. You have immunity. In that grievance, we have gave you an attachment for immunity. The immunity explains exactly who is and who is not, and I hate public speaking, I'm sorry, who is responsible for those books. Your teachers who are submitting at least 32 books in their classroom, it's so upsetting, can be arrested for distributing pornography. They do not have immunity, your teachers, yet you give them the curriculum and put them in the classrooms. Harmful materials, slitting their wrist, putting clay paper clips in their bodies to drain blood, giving themselves drugs to harm the pain, stories being read in the classroom, audios about suicide. Your SEL programs are failing your students. This is why we are falling behind on our grades. We care more about race. Jimmy Tate, this is your work of SEL. You need to research what SEL is. It's indoctrination of our children. This is beginning of transformation of sex changing. You need to do your research. You need to dig deep. Because what's on the surface that sounds so nice that these teachers are putting out in our school, they have no clue what they're doing. It goes deep. It's indoctrination. If you don't understand indoctrination, start researching. You have that responsibility within our county. The book committee. Let's get back to the book committee because that was put out there totally inappropriate. And I think it was done purposely to keep the parents from being aware of this book committee. It was put out by social media through a email, and that email never came to my email. It went to our junk mails, which I'm sure everybody else's went there too, because we're not well informed with that email. So we're not going to get it. And I think it's purposely designed that way. Purposely designed so the parents wouldn't get the email. If I didn't get it, nobody else is going to get it. And resumes. If you ask for a resume, you should give them a paycheck.
Your stuff, did you want to leave that?
Yeah, we will leave this.
Okay, just leave that with Mr.
Okay,
Rod.
so this is also, actually, this is on a disc that you'll be getting tonight.
Okay.
So you can download it. But anybody who
Thank
wants
you.
to look at the SEL material
Okay.
put in our school
Thank you.
is welcome to.
Thank you, Ms. Cooley. Thank you so much. Okay, at this time, we've got Mr. Mike Corn that's coming up, and I guess this is your time.
Well, Patricia summed it up pretty good. I want to congratulate the new board members. You have a big job ahead of you. You really do. A lot of this stuff has gone on too long. And rather than rehashing what Patricia just said, we need to get our ducks in order. You have the state law, the number one supreme law, that you guys need to follow and stop passing the buck. Chapter in 115 says that you guys, the school board, has the ultimate authority to decide what goes to these schools and what does not. You also have the authority to do the review boards, and you have this and that, and there's a number of other laws covering everything, right? But you have the ultimate authority. And I say we need to draw the line, a red line, to what these books are that are pornography. Draw the red line right there and return to sender. Every one of them that comes in, you are being inundated. You are being like a flood with these books, and they're doing nothing but checking them into the library without any reviews whatsoever. You need to stop them at the door and return to sender. If they can't describe what books are in those packages, they need to go. You guys need to decide where you want to get this extra dollars from too, because it all involves money, right? Are you man enough, lady enough to stop these books at the door and worry about the money? That's the secondary issue. Get these books out of the schools, the ones that are pornography, straight up, don't even need to go before these review boards. Right? Those review boards should be for the objectionable ones. Oh God, they're gross too. We just saw one that was released, and it's supposedly in Pender County schools about kids committing terrorist activities in the schools. You really want your students to know how to do that in schools? They're already getting enough of that off of the internet, off of these games and everything else. And now they're saying they've got this book in Pender County schools. This is ridiculous. It shouldn't be there.
I've been assassinated.
Yeah, and this stuff just shouldn't be there. I deplore you guys to get on the ball and start off with getting the pornography ones out of school and let the objectionable ones go to the board maybe. If you guys don't decide whether those meet the Puritan interest, which is rephrased in the law, the Puritan interest of the students in the schools. And become familiar with that Miller test from the U.S. Supreme Court. Your attorneys might have made you comfortable in the past saying you guys are exempt, but you're not. You're not exempt from punitive damages, right? Civil torts, punitive damages, and especially knowing what you're doing. It's not good. Where should I leave this?
You can hand it to me if you like, Mr. Corn.
This is a thumb drive. It may be a little bit
Do you
crazy
want, do
because
you
we
want
went
to pick this
between-
back up, or is this is ours?
Yeah,
Thank you.
we have
Okay.
backup there,
Okay,
but-
thank you.
We went between computers.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Well, let's move on then. I think that is all we have for public comment tonight. So let's go to our information. Mr. Taylor? Kevin Taylor?
Good evening, Chairman Smith and board members. You have in front of you a first read on a Narcan policy. This was a follow-up from our last board meeting. It would allow us to essentially have Narcan pens in our schools, in the nurse's office, in the event that we need them. This is a first read, that's why it's on information. And there's no action needed unless it's the pleasure of the board to do what they wish. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have. Mr. McPherson could probably answer them as well. He's well versed in this particular policy.
Does any board member have any questions, comments, concerns? I think it's a good program, and sad that it's needed, but it's good that we're able to have this resource.
Yes, sir.
And I think last month we had had some significant discussion about it,
Mhm.
along with questions. I'm satisfied.
Okay.
Very good.
Mr. George?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, guys.
thank you. All righty, you've had an opportunity to look at the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Okay, we have a motion. Can we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Not hearing any, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, pass unanimous then. All right. Next is our action.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The next presentation for this evening is the request for granting authority to move forward with the 2 4-classroom modular units for Surf City Elementary and Middle School. On October 17, 2022, at Pender County Schools appeared before the Board of County Commissioners and requested funding for the purchase of 2 4-classroom modular units to accommodate the continued growth at Surf City Elementary and Surf City Middle. Upon receiving the bids, we would like to move forward with a contract to begin construction of those modular units. The fiscal implications are the fund source will be provided by Pender County government in the amount of $887,536 if approved by the board. Our recommendation is the approval of a contract with Swartz Building Solutions to move forward with the construction.
All right, board members, you had an opportunity to look over this. Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns for Mr. Michael Taylor? Okay. What's the pleasure of the board?
Trying to find the beginning of it with the total. I make a motion we approve whatever the total was, $857,536.
$536.
Okay, we have a motion to approve what was presented then at that dollar amount. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, if there's no discussion or any other questions about this, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Not hearing any, then it passes unanimously. And I think yours back up.
Yes, sir. The second action agenda for this evening is the Central Services Network Switch Refresh. We are seeking approval to purchase Aruba network switches for our central services buildings. This networking equipment is regularly refreshed every 5 years in order to accommodate the ever-increasing networking demands from our schools, as well as to enable the integration of the latest network security and transport protocols. The network switches currently in use were purchased in 2018. Currently, there is an estimated 10 to 12 month lead time on this equipment. Sound familiar? And the total fiscal implications is $91,012.56. The provider in the board packet is a preferred vendor on state contract, therefore we did not have to have additional quotes.
All right, you've had opportunity to read your packet and hear the presentation. Is there any comments, questions, or concerns that you have for Mr. Taylor?
What is this, Mr. Taylor?
It's the network switches in which our internet technology all works on.
What's this lifespan?
5 years is generally the refresh, and it's mostly because of the security protocols and things of that nature that we have to continue to
Let's see, every 5 years we're going.
phase these in. Sir?
How much you say it was?
$91,012.56.
Every 5 years we gotta spend 91,000 or greater than 91,000? Okay.
What funding does that come out of?
I apologize for not
Oh,
having
no
that
problem.
budget code. Ms. Nowling, can you share which budget code?
It's a grant funding, so it's local grant revenue out of our accounts, but basically local.
Okay. Good questions. Okay, did anybody else have any questions, concerns, or anything?
This is what we got broke.
It is currently working.
But this upgrade, so, well, like the hackers and all this, is
Yes,
what
sir.
you're saying? Okay.
Absolutely.
Which I know that's constantly changing.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Any other concerns, questions, board members?
I make a motion, we approve Central Services Network switch refresh in the amount of $91,012.56 to come from local grant funding.
All right, you have a motion. Can we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, you have a second. Any other discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, all opposed?
No.
No.
Okay, motion carries, and we'll go ahead and proceed with that update now.
That was the time, wasn't it?
It was a tie, and I broke the tie.
Oh, you did, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All righty. Comments from board members, I believe is our next item. Mr. Brad George, we'll let you go first, if that's okay.
I just wish everyone a happy new year and welcome Dr. Breedlove to the table up here.
Okay. Vice Chairman Hall.
No comments.
Okay. Ms. Beth Burns.
Also, I'd like to say welcome to Dr. Breedlove. We are so happy to have you here. And also to wish everybody a happy new year. I saw all that money that went flowing out to our schools from the Spot Festival. I cannot tell you how proud I am of all of our East Side schools that participated in that. You guys have done us well. The Spot Festival has been in Hampstead. Brad, do you know how many years? I mean, it's been years, and I mean, since I was in school over in Burgaw, I heard about the Spot Festival. So it's good to see that tradition going on, and thank you so much for all that you all do.
Okay. Mr. Springer.
No, I need
Okay. Let me just wish a happy birthday this month. We already passed. Surf City Middle School. Miss Bridgers, are you here? Happy belated birthday. I think you've already had your birthday this month, but happy birthday to you. And Dr. Obita had his little boy here. Is he still here? Okay, well, if you'll just, will you tell Dr. Obita to pop his head in the door for a second? Dr. Obita, I just wanted to give you some good news. It's your birthday this month. All right, that's all, Dr. Obita. Also, I just want to say what a wonderful opportunity is that we've had with the early graduations, board members and all, that we're able to see these graduates. Pender High School had 41 early graduates. This is not something that was in place when we as board members, and some of you as in the room can remember, so it is a good opportunity. They can go ahead and get into the workforce or in college and get their education. But it's just amazing to see the work that's being put into these students For safety, let's just say that we are the largest employer in Pender County, and we do take our safety very serious. And if there are any concerns or anything, please make sure to reach out to your teacher, principal, and make sure to let them know your concerns, because it's very important to not just voice it on social media, but also to let someone know what you see or what you think would be beneficial. So a lot of times we tell our kids not to post everything on social media, but then we do that ourselves. So let's just make sure we go to the right source so we can get some action accomplished. So we are thankful that we do have our new superintendent. He doesn't know this yet, but I've been in talks with the secretary, and we are hopefully going to get arranged with the board members that we can get you out to at least 3 parts, east, central, and western part of Pender County. So we have a meet and greet, and so that the community can get to meet you. Beth Gardner probably has not told you that. We were going to surprise you later. So, but I've heard nothing but good news and good reports about Dr. Breedlove. And then also, we have Dr. Bracy that is going to finish out this month with us. And we want to thank you, Dr. Bracy, for steering the ship while we have been in search for a superintendent. So thank you for your faithfulness to Pender County Schools. I do want to recognize that. And the last day of this month is a Tuesday. And Dr. Bracy, we want to invite you to a donut coffee event that's going to be planned out by Beth Gardner as well. So we want to surprise you tonight with that. Okay, so yes, sir. All right, well, that's all I have. So we're going to go now to our board attorney.
Good evening, board. I have 2 things to point out. Tomorrow, January 11th, marks the first day of the legislative session. Both the House and Senate will convene, and they will begin deliberations on what will be a monumental task of starting to formulate a state budget and move forward with several issues that are pending in our state. As there are concerns that are raised while the General Assembly is in session, that is the best time to get a hold of your legislators if there are concerns. They will be actively working because this is long session. That means it starts now and typically goes until the budget gets passed, which sometimes means July, sometimes it means, November, December. With that being said, highly encourage you to engage about any concerns you may have. Second thing I'm going to point out is there has been a recent decision by the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, which is not North Carolina Circuit. It is the circuit for Florida, Georgia, and Alabama on transgender use of bathrooms and local board policy. The only reason I bring that up is because what it has done, the 11th Circuit's decision has created a split between the 4th Circuit and the 11th Circuit, which means this topic will probably come before the U.S. Supreme Court, which it has not done yet. So there will be a showdown more likely than not in the next 2 years regarding use of bathroom facilities. Just to be aware, the law has not changed for the 4th Circuit. It remains what it is. If you have questions about that, we can address that at a different time. But that's all I have, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. All right, at this time then, our superintendent, Dr. Breedlove.
Well, good evening, board members, and good evening to our team of educators that's here, parents, members of the community. I first want to say that I am excited that I have this opportunity to deliver my first of what I hope to be is many superintendent updates about our outstanding school system. Starting off, January is School Board Appreciation Month in North Carolina. All right, and on behalf of our entire school system, I want to thank our Board of Education for the countless hours that you put in your role as board members and servant leaders that you are to tend to the business of the board, which helps our students thrive. To our school system and community, if you would, please take the time to say thank you to our Board of Education for being out front and putting themselves out there in order to make Pender County Schools the best it can be. Board members, on behalf of all of our community, on behalf of our school system, thank you for all that you do. Last Friday, I and members of the board did attend a spectacular day of celebration, all right, as we took part in Pender County Schools mid-year graduation ceremonies. Overall, there were 124 Pender County mid-year graduates. Pender County Schools congratulates and honors these mid-year graduates for our school system, from all of our school system, and for a job well done. Thursday, January 12th, 2023, Pender County Schools will host its annual science fair at Cape Fear Elementary. This event is open to the community. The science fair judges will finish their part of the process at 6 p.m. and the award ceremony will begin at 6:30 p.m. So please come out and join in the celebration of our students and the great work that they're doing around STEM, science, at the science fair. Pender County Schools is having the first ever pre-apprenticeship signing day. We are very happy to announce that we will have a Pender High School senior. His name is Tyler Guzman, participating in the first ever pre-apprenticeship program. Tyler will be signing a contract with Security Plus Electrical of Burgall. This is very exciting news for the student as he will be taking his high school courses in the morning, and then he will be working at Security Plus in the afternoons in the pre-apprenticeship program. In addition, this pre-apprenticeship program allows for Tyler, he will be able to earn while he learns. Yes, you get it right. He ends up getting paid a very competitive wage and earning 2 high school credits at the exact same time. This is new for our system. This is a direction that we want to continue to go, and so I want to congratulate Tyler. Also want to thank Security Plus Electrical for their partnership with us as being our first to jump in on this initiative. We are looking for more partners as we look to expand this opportunity for our students. And lastly, I want to thank Mr. Bates, the head of our CTE program and the CTE department, for making this happen. This is the first step in what I hope will be similar opportunities for our students in the future. Next meeting we will have is on Tuesday, February 14th, 2023. I guess that's Valentine's Day. All right, so at 4:30 p.m. with the Committee of the Whole and 6 p.m. for the Board of Education meeting. I want to end this update by stating that I am honored and thankful to serve as the Pender County School Superintendent. This is an awesome responsibility that I don't take lightly, and I will work to serve our county with honor and integrity. I'm very excited to begin my listening and learning series throughout the semester in order for me to learn as much as I can about the school system, our students, staff, parents, and community members. I already have begun making several visits to schools and have been very impressed by those that I have met and have instantly noticed the professionalism and dedication that our school and district staff model to our students each and every day. As part of the listening and learning series and getting to know our schools, I will be visiting each school and spending the entire day inside that school, talking to the students, the administrators, teachers, and staff so that I can have walking knowledge of our schools and I can articulate the great things that are happening in each one of those schools as well as support the needs of each school. Following that completion of those visits, I will be conducting town hall style meetings across the district. I will have a chance to meet parents and community members from across the district. The format for those will be based on 3 very important questions that I will ask our community members and parents. First one, what do you love most about our school system? Number 2, what should we never change about our school system? And then the last one, what should be our focus moving forward and improving? There's no doubt that I will learn a lot about what makes Pender County Schools a great place to be, while at the same time understanding some of the areas that we can improve and get better. I'll end by saying this. Today, in this moment, we as educators understand the important role that we play in our community, and we accept the challenge of bringing our very best to our students each and every day. I want our Board of Education to know and our community to know that Our school system is committed to serving as role models for the values of excellence, teamwork, problem solving, positive attitude, and professionalism. We will give our very best effort every single day to our students because they are worthy of it. We do not take our responsibilities and our as professional educators lightly. To our team of educators that are here and listening online, and educational leaders that are in the room tonight, to our Board of Education, thank you all for all that you do for Pender County Schools, and thank you again for taking a chance on me and giving me the opportunity to be here and work side by side with all of you and doing my part to support you and our students and community. We have a great team. At this time, Mr. Chair, board members, this concludes the superintendent's report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and we look for many years that we can work with you and you with us. All right. At this time, if we can get someone to read the closed session motion.
Somebody's got it written down, I will.
There you go, sir.
Pender County Board of Education will enter closed session subject to advice from the attorney pursuant to NCGS 143-318.11A1 and A6 to prevent the disclosure of confidential personnel information. Under GS 1115, I back up, 115C-319, and to consider matters relating to the initial employment of individual employee. The board will also go into closed session pursuant to GS 143-318.11A3 to consult with the board's attorney in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege, to consider confidential student matters as provided in the NCGS 143.318.11A1 and the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, 20 United States Code 1232G, and NCGS 115C-402.
Okay, we have a motion then for closed session. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay. In closed session. Board members, can we have a motion to come out of closed session?
I make a motion that we come out of closed session.
Have a motion, can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, moving right along. Our human resource report, can we have a motion on it for approval?
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion, can I have a second?
A second.
Any discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Closed session minutes for November 2022, and this is to remain closed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have a motion for that.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, can I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next is our community media advisory nominations.
I move to approve the appointment of the Communities Media Advisory Committee as selected by the board.
Have a motion for that. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next is the Community Media Advisory Committee nominations for staff.
I think we did it all as one.
We did it as one.
You did it all at once.
Okay, I apologize, board members, for
That's
that.
okay. It was two separate items.
Okay. Is there anything else that I'm missing before we make a motion to adjourn?
Yes, sir.
Okay, could I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay, we had a motion by Brad, we had a second by Beth. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed, just turn the lights out before you leave.